I do want to show you another design idea. I took some white beads and I sprinkled some pink in there and just kind of mixed it all up. I put that in my bead spinner and strung it up, and then outline the outside of it with pink. And I'll show you what I did here with this. And I already have this already strung. And already beaded, and then I wrapped with it already on the spool. I already have this cut, obviously, but I wrapped it around until I knew that I would have enough space. And then I cut this here from the spool, and then I'm just gonna string this up here. Finish it off. And it might be a little bit hard to get the beads on the wire. Just be patient. All right. And just I need one more bead. I'm just going to string it on. All right. And if it's too hard to do it by hand, take your pliers and just wrap it around like this. And then just finish it off using the pliers. And there you go. Another design idea. These are the components that we made, and I'll show you how to put the flower together. We'll need stem wire. This is 12 gauge stem wire. And another smaller stem wire. This is a 20 gauge stem wire cut to about 6 inches. Floral tape, and also some thread. With the thread, you can use any type of thread. I'm using a 9mm beading thread, but you can use any type of thread that you have on hand. Alright, so let's go ahead and assemble the pieces. First, let's go ahead and put the leaves together. So let's put the rest of the components aside and start with the bigger leaf. Put this right next to the smaller stem wire. Take your floral tape. Take this off. Just pull at it till it's all so it releases the stickiness, and wrap it around. Until go down a little bit, and then attach the smaller leaf on here. Just wrap it around again. And then take another one and attach. Again, just make sure to pull on the floral tape so that it's sticky. Alright, once it covers all of your bare wire, take your scissors and cut, and just wrap it, finish wrapping, and just take your cutters and cut. Then here you have the leaf component. Alright. And now let's go ahead and attach make the main flower. So let's take the center And take your stem and put it next to the stem here. And then take the thread, just hold on to it, and then just wrap it around the top here, really around quite a few times, just so that it's, and then just pull it gently so that it's tight, and then wrap down the stem. Don't pull too tight or the thread will break. Just gentle, and then work it up, back towards the top. And now you're ready to attach your petal. So take the petal, have the inside face the center, or the wrong side out. Place it next to the center and then wrap around a few times to secure, and then wrap down the stem. If your thread breaks, it's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and start all over again. Okay, and just take this, wrap around. Second one again. Down the stem. And then back up. Now, like I said, it's very easy to break your thread, so I'll show you what I do if I do break my thread. So if I pull too tight, the thread will break. Right, so just don't worry about it. Just wrap this around as much as you can. Hold on to it. And take another petal. Place it next to the stem. And then just continue like you were to start. Just wrap. There are like little loose strands, hang on to it, and then have this wrap around it so that the thread is that the loose strands will be tightened by your thread. And once you have your floral tape all around it, it's perfectly fine. Alright, I'm going to finish attaching the rest of my petals and I'll bring you right back. Okay, and I do have the rest of my petals attached, and I'll show you how I finish that. Just cut your thread and then just make a knot right here. I like to do 2. Now, because it's thread, it's not going to be tight at all. So what we'll do is we'll use the floral tape. And wrap it around the stem. And make sure again to pull on the floral tape. And then just spin your stem with your other hand. Just keep going. And I do have a pretty long stem here, but that is fine because with an arrangement you'll have longer stems and you'll have shorter stems. Okay, and cut. Just wrap it around like this, and we're just going to tuck it up. Alright, and the next thing we'll do is insert the calyx. So just take this here, and then just stick the stem through the hole over here. Like this. Push it up as much as you can. And I'm not going to use any more thread. I'll just use the floral tape since it's just 2 wires here. I don't really need to use thread. And the reason why I'm attaching this after I wrap the stem with floral tape is because if I were to wrap this with thread and wrapped everything together, I would see thread in the finished product, and I don't want to do that. So I want this to cover the thread. So I'm just going to wrap this with floral tape. And once all of the wires are covered up, I like to attach the leaves. So just kind of bend it a little bit. Just put it next to the stem wire and then continue wrapping until it's all covered. And then take your scissors, cut. And you're done. So then we're going to just shape the flower and we'll be done. Shape it however you like. Just using your left hand, just cradle the flower, give it some support while you bend with your right. And then bend the center however you like. And I like to bend the stem a little bit, just like this. And here we go. Welcome back. And I do want to show you all the flowers that I made with different colors and variations. I'm going to show you how I would put this together as an arrangement today. Alright, so just pick one and then just arrange it however you like. One here is another taller one. What I'm doing here is I just want to make sure that no 2 colors are kind of next to each other. Or just kind of have more of a variation. If you don't like how it turns out, just go ahead and redo it. pretty good. And then what I'm going to do is I'll take my floral tape and just wrap it around. Oops. Might be a little bit tricky to start. Right. And then let's wrap. Got it. I'm not going to go all the way down because I do have wires of different lengths. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right here. Okay, now I'm going to put this in my vase and see how it would look. Like this. Now I would need to cut the wire, so I'm going to put this right here like this, right next to the base, just to get an idea of where I should cut. So around here is where I would need to cut my stem wires so that they're all the same lengths. So around here, just move my vase out of the way. Then what you can do is take a wire cutter. You would need a more heavy-duty wire cutter than your normal ones. You can get this at the craft store in the Flora section. Just cut. Okay, you're going to need some elbow grease. Okay. And then take your needle nose or chain nose pliers and kind of just move it back and forth until it's off. Okay, so this is going to take me a while. I'm going to finish snipping these off and then I'll bring you right back. Alright, and I finished cutting my all of my stem wire. After I cut everything, I realized I didn't like it in this vase, so I found a different one, the smaller one that I liked it in better, and I cut the wires again to the length of this vase here. And boy, are my hands hurting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my floral tape and finish wrapping the rest of the stem. And I don't have my scissors handy, so I'm just going to rip it. Just tuck it in. There we go. And then I'll show you how I would put it in this vase here. So, center it. And then I'm taking these glass marbles that you can find at the craft store or even the dollar store, and I'm just going to put it in the vase here. more marbles until it fills up to the top. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. And there you go. I'm going to put a link to my website with the pattern, so you can definitely save it for later. Again, until next time.